Where's that spider, by the way? I hope I don't run into it. Oh, God. There it is. God damn it. All right, we're good. We're good. What is going on, everyone? So I cannot believe it's been a year already. A year ago, I got the S10 Plus. It was my first Android phone. Before that, I was using iPhone completely for 10 years. I was the biggest iPhone fanboy you probably have never met, because if you have met me, you wouldn't want to meet me. It was pretty bad. So I kind of got sick and tired of the iPhone pretty much, and when the S10 Plus was being announced, so it wasn't even out yet. So it was being announced, and I saw it. I was like, man, damn, this looks pretty good. This looks like a lot better than the iPhone. So I decided to get it, and that video went viral, so that kind of also pushed me into getting the phone, and I loved it ever since. It's already been a year with this beast, and that's right, it is still a beast 1 year later, thanks to all the updates that Samsung has been pushing out. Almost every single month there's not just an update to fix the bugs, but there's also some sort of update to literally enhance the phone, whether it be camera, whether it be night mode, whether it be fixing the fingerprint sensor. There has just been a ton of updates every single month pretty much since this phone came out, and this phone is the same but different from when it was released. Since this phone does have Android 10 One UI 2.0, it is, like I said, it's a completely different phone from when I first got it. It's the same on the outside, but completely different on the inside and how it really functions. One UI 2.0 Android 10 has really helped literally breathe new life into this phone. So since this phone is a year old, I want to take a look at the body and show you guys how the actual body of the phone has held up after a year. In fact, the only real flaw that I see is actually on the back camera housing. It does have a few scuff marks, a few scratches. Again, that's mainly due to the aluminum, because the camera housing is made from aluminum. But that's ironic because the sides of the phone is also aluminum, but the sides of the phone are completely flawless. There's literally no scratches at all on any side of the phone. Again, just except the back housing does have a few scratches, and that does kind of kill the resale value. Just in case you guys have the phone or maybe are thinking about picking up a used phone, this back camera housing, if it wasn't used in a case, will almost 100% be scratched, again because of the aluminum. So the actual front of the phone has one little tiny scratch on it, and I tried to get it on camera so many times. I can't do it. It's such a small little hairline scratch. I'm looking at it right now, and that's it. This entire phone, after 1 year of use, only has one little tiny scratch on it. Listen, that's good. That is really good, because my iPhone 11 Pro Max, that is not even 6 months old yet, has more scratches on the screen than this phone did in 1 year. And I don't really baby my electronics. I don't like scratch them on purpose, but I use them as I would normally use anything else. You know, if it drops on a table accidentally, listen, it drops on the table. This thing held up excellent, apart from the rear camera housing, but you know, it is what it is. Now, since I got the ceramic black edition of the S10 Plus, there are absolutely no scratches anywhere on the body. Nothing. The entire back looks like I just unboxed it right out of the box, brand new from the store. Absolutely no scratches. I wish more phones came out with ceramic, but there is one downside, and is that ceramic is more fragile when it comes to drops. So if you drop a ceramic phone, it is much more likely to crack than a basic glass phone. Now, as we all know by now, the S10 and the S10 Plus came out with the ultrasonic fingerprint sensor. I'll admit that when it first came out, it was pretty bad. Yeah, it was pretty bad. It wasn't consistent. It messed up a lot, and yeah. But again, thanks to Samsung for pushing out updates incredibly quick, and a lot of them, because right now, as of today, the fingerprint sensor on this phone is amazing. It's light years better than when it first came out. So again, Samsung, thank you for stepping that up, for making it better month over month. You guys are awesome. Now, if you were thinking about picking up this phone, now is the time to do it. When I first got this phone, it was $1,250 because of the ceramic edition. Right now, this same exact phone is going for about $600. Yeah, that's a 50% drop. Ouch. So if you always wanted to get the S10 Plus, but you found it to be a little expensive a year ago, well, listen, now is the time to get it, and you're not really missing out on a lot. This still has the triple camera setup. This has a quad HD screen. Yeah, it's not 90 hertz. It's not 120 hertz. Who cares? For the price, this phone is amazing. Now, this phone did come out with a 6.4-inch screen. I think to me that's the perfect, the most ideal size, because it's not big enough to really be uncomfortable, at least for most people, but it's not small enough that content is hindered whenever you watch it. Now, what might not be comfortable for a lot of people is that this phone does have a curved screen. Now listen, I'm one of those people. Don't get me wrong, a curved screen looks amazing. It looks futuristic. It just looks pleasing and a lot different to what the iPhone has, for example, right? But with a curved screen, you are going to be introducing a lot of accidental touches, especially if you use the phone without a case. Now, there is a way to counteract that by downloading an application called Good Lock, but I don't think you should have to download an application to counteract a design of the phone. The new Samsung Galaxy S20s, they don't have curved displays. They have a normal, almost like it's very similar to an iPhone. It's called the 2.5D curved display. So it's a very slight curve. Again, pretty much similar to the iPhone. Gaming on the phone has held up fantastic. You can pretty much throw any game you want at it and it'll be like butter. So that's not really an issue at all, thanks to the Snapdragon 855 along with the 8GB of RAM that I have here. Camera quality on this phone is still holding up remarkably well. Even in 2020, you will get the obvious Galaxy punchy colors, great sharpness levels, and thanks to the ultra-wide camera, you will also get incredible shots that just simply cannot be replicated using any other focal length. So this is the front-facing video quality test 4K of what you will be getting on the S10 Plus. Listen, I'm not going to be shooting Avatar movies with this thing, and it looks fine. It's honestly good enough for every... Oh my god. Almost ran into a spider. Listen guys, if you guys ever go hiking in Florida, first of all, don't, because you will. Oh, I might get demonetized for saying that. Let me step back. You're gonna end up in the afterlife, okay? So yeah, this is fine. This is good video quality for 2020, even into 2021. Honestly, I mean, check this out. You're gonna tell me this looks bad for 2020 or even 2021? Absolutely not. It's fine. So now let's do the rear camera, and hopefully we don't run into alligators or lizards or snakes or snapping turtles, whatever else Florida got going on. And here we go, the front-facing 4K 30 test. Let's go ahead and try out the telephoto. Boom. It looks fine. It looks good. You know, let's check out the HDR. Let's face the sun a little bit. Yeah, it's fine. Let's do the ultra wide. Oh, come on, this looks beautiful. Anyone who says this looks bad going into 2020 is lying to you. All right, so let's go ahead and go back so I don't end up in the afterlife. But check out the stability. This is using the ultra wide. We're gonna go into the normal basic wide, and we're gonna duck. God, I feel like such a girl right now. But listen, if you guys have lived in Florida, you know what I'm talking about. It's not fun. So let's check out that stability. Let's do the telephoto stability test. It's fine, you know? I mean, it looks fine on the screen, but let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. I think it is perfectly A-okay. Let's go back to the wide. And that's it. Oh my god, freedom. And I didn't even get bit once. That's a miracle. This is the rear camera test. We actually have to go back into the hell of Florida because I forgot to take some photos for you guys. Do you see what I guys do for you? I risk my life, okay? Where's that spider, by the way? I hope I don't run into it. Oh god. There it is. Oh. God damn it. Alright, we're good. We're good. All right, I made it into Civilization 2.0, and now we're gonna take some photos. Now, if you are thinking about picking up this phone, do not worry about performance. Listen, yes, it's a year old. I get it. But it runs better than it did a year ago. Okay? So, Android 10 has really, again, like I said, it literally breathed new life into this phone, especially if you use Android 10 gestures. It's very similar to the experience of the iPhone, pretty much the iPhone gestures. It is a little smoother on the iPhone, obviously, but it's so close with the S10 Plus if you do enable those gestures. Now, the battery life on this phone did take a small hit, but again, that's to be expected after 1 year. That's obvious, okay? So when I first got the phone, I was ranging about 7.5 to 8 hours of screen on time. Right now, I'm ranging about 6 hours. So it took a it took a pretty respectable hit. I mean, that's pretty obvious for a year. For a phone that is about a year old. So if you buy the phone brand new, well, you got nothing to worry about. But if you bought it used, that's just a risk you are willing to take for buying a year-old phone. Battery life is always going to be worse a year down the road than it is when you first get it. Now, another thing that this phone has is a headphone jack. That's right, this thing still has a headphone jack. It's one of those old weird dinosaur creature things. It has a headphone jack. Personally, I don't really care that much. I've been using Bluetooth for the past couple years, but if you are the type of person that needs a headphone jack, well, guess what? This phone has it. The S10 Plus has held up incredibly well, again, all thanks to Samsung for releasing those updates month by month by month. This phone has gotten better. Again, it's a whole new beast now than it was a year ago. And if you guys are picking one up, you're gonna love it. If you guys got any questions, please feel free to leave them down below or hit me up on Instagram or on Twitter at marks_tech, and I will be answering your questions on there. This was Mark from Marks Tech. Adios.